Hello, Silver Squad. How's everybody doing? What's going on? I hope everybody is doing lovely. If you could please drop a number one off in the comment section. That way I know you can hear me and I can hear you in the way that I hear you, which is reading your comments. I hope everybody's doing good. Hey, Culinary, thanks for that number one. Y'all, welcome Miss Emily to the stage. Miss Emily, I hope your move is going swell. I hope your day is going swell. I hope that you are going swell and you are feeling okay. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Aaron, Dawn, Tux, Summer, Mac. How's everyone doing? Hey, Kelly. Hey, Deb. Hey, Summer. Hey, Rumple. AC. Shayna. Tressa. Just a picky girl. What's up? Clarissa Wings. Down under. Deidre. Hi. Hey, Audra. Hey, Clarissa. Hey, Iowa. Hey, Brenda. I hope everyone's doing well. So, quick housekeeping before we get started. First of all, tonight we're watching Chandler Halderson for Revisiting Evil. Secondly, tomorrow's video is on, it's like a longer one, a 45-minute video. I am reviewing Ruby Frankie, Jody Hildebrandt, couple of podcasts by them, and they use the editors and stuff used new green screen. So let me know your opinion on what they did when you see it. Then I'm thinking Sunday night we will watch the Stephen Stearns court hearing from today, and in fact I'm going to hold off watching it because I saw that pop up and I was like, I am dying to see that. And I was trying to figure out, like, when could we do this? When could we do this? So then it hit me. I was like, the Sunday Night Live chat. So Sunday night, we'll watch Stephen Stearns and get caught up on that. So there's that. Secondly, what is this? Hold on. Please hold. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I'm dying to see his phone calls to a parent revile. Oh my god. Stephen Stearns was cringe. Oh, I can only imagine. I'm surprised nobody's gotten to him yet. Did they say, just no, like, spoiler alert, whatever you want to call it? When is the trial happening? Did we even talk about that in the hearing today for anybody who's watched it? With respect, mostly. How are you doing? It's always good to see your name. Hey, Sherry, how's it going? Hey, Carol. Oh, they had the Stephen Stern. Did they play the calls and the thing? Hey, John. Oh, this is gonna. Oh my god. Secondly, y'all. Okay, y'all are gonna be like, oh my gosh, y'all. They put a 4-part. Tell me if you've watched it. They put a 4-part docu series out on Karen Reed trial case. Have y'all watched it? I'm gonna be going down that rabbit hole. And here's the thing, because if there is a case, I would say, oh hey, you want to come say hey? That people have begged me to talk about is that one, and I don't, because people get so, like, divided. And I don't know enough about it to make an educated guess. But now that they've done this and it looks like the trial's going to go on, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do one of my docu series, like, reviews like I do, but literally do it like I'm basing this on what I'm seeing in the docu series. That's what I'm going to base this on. There's that. Yay. No, we don't growl at daddy. We're all very, if y'all saw the massive zoomies that have been going on in here, oh my gosh. It's okay. You're very charged up. Yes, you are. A little touch me not. Does anybody have experience? Does anybody have Yorkies or experience with them? This is the first time I've had them. They are the most vocal dogs. They constantly are doing like the little, well, you hear that, and like if he doesn't want to be touched, he'll growl. This is Bo. And then there's either a playful growler like that. Now he doesn't snip; he'll do like a little, but it's like they don't stop. They don't stop. It's crazy. Oh, Amy says my brother has 2. Are they like really vocal dogs? Because like I've never had like for me, my Yorkie does the same thing. And like so, Bo, I don't know if you saw when I read to grab him, he was like, "Arr." Like, and this is some of the personality. Bo, Bo will like sit in my lap, but usually he'll sit like there's another bed that goes right here. He wants to sit and tuck himself in and sit next to me, whereas Luke doesn't really like to like he likes to play and whatever, but he is very separation anxiety from me and wants to be like glued to me. Like when he's in his cuddle mode, it's like if I get up and come out here, he's going to be in my lap. He wants to be touching me. He loses it when I leave the house. Bo's kind of like, look, you can leave me some food. If you want to fill the food up for a week's worth, I really don't need to see you. Here's Bo again. It's okay, buddy. We took Bo to the park today and we learned that Bo's very nervous. Very nervous little doggy. He was very intrigued by all the noise and stuff going on. And his brother was very mad. So everybody's kind of saying their Yorkies do that too. Hold on, just because they were so smart and playful, one of them was sweeter, and the other was more lovey-dovey. And the only one, oh, that's so cute, picky girl. One is extremely happy, the other is more laid back and super possessive of my brother. Interesting. Yeah, because like, they'll sit here, like if I do this when I'm playing with him and like go into his tummy, he'll be like at me. I don't want to get him going right now. See, you hear him? Can you hear him growling at me? It's okay. It's okay. No, you're okay. Say, oh, there you go. There you go. Yeah, he's like, leave me alone. Anyways, Sparky. That's what Luke's name should be, is Sparky. You see, now Bo's going under the thing right here. He's like, he's like, I don't. Hey, you want to come say hey now? Are you gonna growl at me? Now this is Luke. Now Luke will sit here and bite, and it's playful, but it's more. He doesn't know how to like play like bite with like you know how like Bo when he plays he kind of nibbles and bites at you like he knows he's dealing with a human. He'll sit here and do it like he's dealing with another dog. Luke. But he's the most well behaved out in public and his training and on the leash, and he's not as nervous. Grungy little thing. Jake's been dragging you around. He's so big. Look at him. Yeah, interesting baby girl. Yeah, I sit here and he looks like Luke and has a brother. Oh, cute, Amy. Thank y'all. Yeah, they're adorable. Now I don't know if you can see, Luke is laying on my legs and between my legs, and when he calms down, he's chill. But yeah, they're very vocal. They'll sit here and growl at me, and I'm just like, I've never had a dog do this before. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm like, it's just what they do. Um, and growl at me like when they don't want to be touched, but they still want to touch me. It's weird. But again, I've never had this breed. I don't feel like my Chihuahuas ever did that. See, like right now, like if I were to pick Luke up, he'd be like, "Arr." Which I guess any dog does that. Hey, Aaron, how's it going? So, yeah, what we're going to be doing, we're going to definitely need our little emotional support dogs tonight, right? Because we're going to be visiting Chandler Halderson. Okay, so Chandler Halderson, I've got a couple of videos pulled up. We'll see how we might not even need to revisit him on Thursday, but we'll see how much we get through this or whatever. And then we'll kind of go from there. Wait, lady says, my sister said her Yorkies do the love me, don't touch me game all the time. I'm a Dotson mama. Oh, they're so cute. Yeah, that's exactly how they act. It's very much like love me, but don't touch me vibes. I have a Chihuahua, and he wants so badly to be seen as tough, but he'll only bark when strangers come over, and he wags his tail while he does. Oh, that's so cute. Clarissa, they are about like 7.5 months, 7, 8 months. Yeah, curiously, it says mine used to growl when I picked him up. It wasn't aggressive, just a complainer. That's literally how this is what they seem like. Now, Bo's underneath the desk over here sleeping, so he's kind of like Bo's like a little loner. Yeah, he's very anxious. Um, so anyways, yeah, they're just yeah, the morning time. I figure what will happen is as they get older and get out of this puppy zone, they'll get more chill like they are in the morning times. You know what I'm saying? Because the morning times, like what I do is I get up about 2 in the morning and I move to the sofa and literally I just sit I like this. And I'll usually get a cup of coffee, do something, and I can go right back to sleep. Well, when I do that, Luke will sleep in my lap under the blanket, and Bo will sleep in one of these things right here. It's on the floor right now. And like I'll usually sit with my arm like this, like, touching Bo or whatever, and then pet it, and I fall asleep. But that's what they want to do. So that's just kind of the vibes they do. Luke is the cuddler, but the most spastic one. Bo is whatever. Anyways, um, okay, so let me go to my quick notes. So as you know, we've been doing these revisiting evil, which essentially is what we're doing is we're just going back over older cases and looking at the interrogations or like major components of the trial. Um, I've covered a lot of these that we've watched. Some of them I have not, like Russell Williams. I've never covered that. Um, and so there's that. Now, here we go. So Chandler Halderson, he was convicted of multiple charges. This was in relation to what he did to his parents. And what he did to his parents is he killed them and dismembered them. There was virtually very little left of them. His parents' names, pardon me, it was Bart and Krista Halderson. Now he got, first degree homicide, providing false information, mutilation of a corpse, hiding a corpse, all sorts of things. He's life without parole. Obviously, he was found guilty, right? It did not take much. Now, what happened is that this was very Grant Amato Part 2, 2.0. So we haven't gotten to him next. We'll probably watch his next. Um, Chandler created this entire fake life, right? Like just, and it all started to crumble in on him. And that's when he seems to have snapped and killed his parents. Now he had a girlfriend. She helped to bring justice for his parents. Her parents too are lucky that they're alive, to be quite honest. So Chandler had a brother. We might be seeing in the video we're going to watch of that. Chandler was, and when I say interesting, he was interesting in that when his web of lies was unraveled, it's like, how did you think you would get away? But we say this in everyone. Yeah, how did you think you were going to get away with this? Right? Like, it made no sense because everything that everyone knew about him was a lie. I mean, his dad, he was going to school. He wasn't going to school. He was pretending to go to school. His dad's paying this, doing this, and they find out like this dude's, what are you doing? Right? And he dealt with it by killing them, and not just killing them, but absolutely brutally erasing their existence from this earth. Okay. Um, yeah, AC says Jennifer Pan. Yeah, Jennifer Pan was another one. It's another one we should watch, y'all. There's so many. It's sad that we can say that, right? Okay, so the first thing we're gonna watch is From Law and Crime, and it's, I feel like, a message. We'll see here. There's an interrogation that he does. Okay, pardon me. One of the things that Chandler will do and the evidence that will be shown is that he'll have these conversations with law enforcement, stuff like that, trying to see what's going on. Another thing that he got caught up in is ring camera. Like, he went to a neighbor's house. It's very creepy knowing how dangerous this man is and seeing the vicinities that he was in and the people that he was dealing with. Like, I think that if he could have gotten away with it, he would have killed. If any people got in his way and he could have gotten away with it, he would have killed many more, right? So there you go. Now let's get this up here. So let's go over here and let's just start getting into it. Bum bum bum. This is a detective. Can y'all hear? Well, it's not. Okay, here we go. There was Chandler.
A little confused. I got 2 squads parked right outside my house, and they're not really canvassing.
Okay, so this is where, let me just give you context. This is a phone call they're doing before we the interrogation, where they had, like, they're kind of closing in or whatever. He is essentially calling to be like, why are these cop cars here? They're not canvassing. What are they doing? It's so obvious, like guilty, whatever you call that, conscience or whatever. So you're hearing this is this phone call going on here.
They're just kind of sitting there. Is everything all right?
Yeah, I mean, they're in the area doing canvassing, and they're also probably doing a shift change right now, getting our second shift crew on around 3:30.
Oh, there's 4 now. Something going on that we need to know?
Well, they're probably doing reports. They're probably doing shift change. You know, they've been going around trying to get a hold of neighbors, so I'm wondering if they're in the area trying to catch people now that they're coming home from work. I'm not sure. I haven't talked to any of them in just a little while.
All right. Well, any news with my brother? I haven't heard from him.
No, as far as I know, they're still on their way up north. A couple hour drive, so he's probably halfway into it, right?
Yeah, I suppose about.
Yeah. Any news on your end at all? Have you gotten any phone calls, text messages?
Gotten any messages other than from concerned parents.
Okay.
I can't, there's no mail. There's a hold on my mail.
Okay.
Is that normal? Are you guys getting it at least?
No, we don't put a hold on people's mail. I've never heard of that happening before.
There's a hold on my mail. There's a ticket in there. All mail held at the station is what it says.
Okay. Yeah, nothing done by us, that's for sure.
Because I'm going to need my medical bills.
Yeah. No, we wouldn't put a hold on people's mail, and typically only the people that live at the address can do that. Did your parents put a hold on the mail? Does it say who put the hold on the mail?
I can go check, I suppose.
Okay.
Do you know of anything? So, I don't know. It's kind of stressful. Sorry, so there's nothing new going on?
Not that I'm aware of.
Yo, this is, I had to pause it. Like, literally, you already hear. Yo, this is the cringiest. Like, so obvious. The next thing that needs to happen is him be like, I'm going to go check on that mail thing, but I'm going to stop at Walmart first. Okay, like, that's the level we're at here. Okay. Like, the phone call's being made from Walmart at the checkout with a credit card buying the kill kit. Okay. Like, it's this bad.
All right.
Yeah. Who's there? Are you at home still right now, obviously? Because you're saying they're outside. Who's there with you?
Yeah, no, they're not with me. They're just 4 squads just parked outside.
Okay. Who was just talking in the background, Kat?
Yeah, Kat's over with me.
Oh, okay. Okay. No, I mean, I can definitely give you a call or message you, I guess, depending. What time are you planning on going to dinner?
Not sure, but
okay.
Pretty soon here.
Is it cool to call you?
What was that?
Is it cool to call you whether you're at dinner? Okay.
Anytime.
Okay. Well, I'll keep you posted if I hear anything. I mean, obviously with the mail, that has nothing to do with us at all. I've never heard of a detective or law enforcement agency holding somebody's mail. You know, and then as far as everybody in the area, you know, you kind of had to figure we were going to be in the area all day today.
Yeah, I was just wondering why there were 4 cars instead of the canvassing.
Yeah.
Any news about that blue house with the big cameras?
The blue house with the big cameras. Is that the one across the street?
Yeah, across the street, kind of in the corner. It's a newer house.
I haven't talked to...
I stopped by their house.
Yeah, I have a detective that's getting footage from the area. I don't know exactly which houses he's gotten video from yet. But yeah,
sounds like they downloaded all of it and already have it at IT.
Oh, okay. So he's probably reviewing it now.
Okay.
Yeah, it takes time to go through those things. You figure you can only fast forward so much.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll give you a holler if anything pops up. You know, and I'll give a call around and just kind of get a briefing from people up in the area.
appreciate that.
Okay. Thanks, Chandler.
Thank you.
Bye.
I mean, yeah.
A couple of questions. Solve one thing right away. This issue with the mail, what was that about? To another room. If you're looking at that top.
Yeah, we're getting ready to watch his interrogation. So yeah, now keep in mind that phone call, his parents, he had already killed them and disposed of them. Kat is his girl, well, was his girlfriend. Her parents, honestly, I think he was going to kill them next, right? Because like I forget what it was, but there was something with it where he's like he disposed of them on the property. Y'all help me remember this. Am I correct that he disposed of some of his parents on his girlfriend's parents' property? Wasn't that what he did? And yeah, this was 100% fishing expedition he just did, whoever said that. Now, y'all also hold on one second because I need to go turn the ceiling fan on because I'm already burning up. Grant's giving me a hot flash. Hold on, not in a good way. Hold on. Okay, sorry. I'm thinking of getting one of those, even though I'm having hot flashes, like I have to have a blankie, right? It's just cozy. I'm thinking of getting one of those, like, those big, like flannel, like big jacket things you can get, blankie jackets. I think I'm going to get one of those. Okay. So we're going to watch this little interrogation now. They're just kind of setting up the gist of it, if you will. Let's get to it here. So yeah, I guess I need to go check that mail.
Hey, Chandler, how are you doing?
Not good.
Good. But you guys switch spots. Yeah. I'll send that red shirt. Yeah. Water? Okay.
And remember his brother, he has a brother.
What's going on?
All right.
What's
So we're
going
going to
on?
talk to you a little bit more, okay? Let's write some stage here. All right, just so you know, I'm gonna record stuff, okay? It just helps me remember everything and picks up everything that we talk about.
That sounds awesome, Kai.
All right. So Brian Shunk, Detective Dane County Sheriff's Office, we spoke yesterday.
Yeah. Chandler Halderson.
Yep. What's your middle initial, Jan?
M.
M as in Michael.
Michael.
And then your birth date.
3/15/1998.
Got it. And then your cell phone I already have. We've been talking on that. So obviously we're here. We want to talk a little bit about your parents going missing, right? Krista and Bart. Before we get started, just because you're up here, okay, so I'm just going to read you your constitutional rights. Okay, so it's the Dane County issued card that they give us. So I'll just read them to you right off the card, okay? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to consult with a lawyer before questioning and to have a lawyer present with you during questioning. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you at public expense before or during any questioning if you so wish. If you decide to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you have the right to stop the question and remain silent at any time you wish, and the right to ask for and have a lawyer at any time you wish, including during the questioning.
Okay.
Do you understand the rights I just read you?
I do.
Okay. Realizing that you have these rights, or you're not willing to answer questions or make a statement.
Just be a yes. Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes.
the second
Okay.
one.
Okay.
So I'll just read it again. Realizing that you have these rights, are you now willing to answer questions or make a statement?
Oh, I will make a statement.
Okay.
So you understand them. You're willing to talk.
Could I have the card so I could read it? I missed some.
I think right now he is absolutely crash landing in his boxers. Okay. Like he knows he is done. He was already nervous when they just came around his house. Now he's at the detective station. Please. He's scared to death, right?
Sorry.
I can read
Still
it.
having a little bit of problems. The third one.
I'll read it.
Let's start all over.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just read them all again. That'll be good.
All right. So you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to consult with a lawyer before questioning and to have a lawyer present with you during questioning. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you at public expense before or during any questioning, if you so wish. If you decide to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you have the right to stop the questioning and remain silent at any time you wish, and the right to ask for and have a lawyer at any time you wish, including during the questioning.
Okay.
So then the only two questions I asked were, do you understand?
Yeah,
your
I
rights?
understand, and I am willing to make a statement.
Okay, perfect. All right. So like we already said, I talked to you yesterday. So today is July 8th. It's about 5:11 now. We started talking at 5:08. So yesterday, July 7th, I came to your house where you live with your parents, Bart and Krista Halderson. And the reason I was there is you had gone to the Windsor Police Department and reported them missing, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't go to the department. I went to their office break room area.
In the same building.
Yeah, I think it's mixed in with the city hall.
Okay. But nonetheless, a deputy came and spoke to you. Okay. So you reported your parents missing. We got some information from you yesterday. We've been following leads last night, working today to, go through different things, just trying to locate them, right? So I guess if you want to start with, let's just go back to last Wednesday.
Here he goes.
I was with my
Grant
dad.
Amato is who you're talking about. Or
What time was
yeah,
it? I remember it. It was kind of a bad day.
Okay. Why was it a bad day?
Well, my mom had work, so she was gone. My dad and I were watching something over lunch. It was The Wheel of Fortune, and we normally have the couch, with our back facing the table we sat at the end of you coming.
Downstairs or upstairs?
Downstairs.
Okay.
In that room with the TV. I tossed the ball, and I smashed the glass.
Okay.
With the dog's help. That set my dad off. We tried to clean it up. I don't know about him, but I got injured. But he was mad. He didn't really talk to me too much that day. I don't know, I got home at 5, I believe. That's her normal, 5:20 to 5:30.
What time does she work? Do you know?
7:30 is when she leaves. I don't know her hours, but I know when she leaves
Okay.
at 7:30. And then all the way up till 5, and she comes home 5:20, 5:30.
Did she come home about 5:20, 5:30 that day?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. So you guys are downstairs.
I forgot about the SpaceX thing. I lied about that.
So yesterday when we were down in your basement, the couches were
In a bed. He helped me put him in a bed before.
Okay.
Yeah, on Thursday. But they put it into a bed so I could sleep near the bathroom, and the dogs sleep in that floor. So
okay.
they'll be a lot better if they're sleeping on that floor.
Downstairs floor,
Yeah,
just cooler for them or something.
kind of. Yeah.
Probably. Okay. All right. So you were tossing a ball. What type of ball was it?
It's this gross, hairy tennis ball that
Okay.
Rizzo loves.
All right. Just like a green tennis ball, like a normal.
Yeah.
Normal. Okay.
With the squeaker, not like a tennis racket ball. But
They don't chew
Dog.
those. My
tennis
dog
ball.
chews those out of any tennis ball. They just chew the squeakers out and then they don't play with them anymore. All right. So you're just tossing that around, broke the fireplace glass. You said you were injured. What type of injury?
I got a pretty deep hole in my foot. Last night, Mary looked at it and she said the reason it keeps bleeding is because there's glass in it.
Oh,
So,
you showed us your toe.
yeah, I showed the
Okay.
detective leaf.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so that one. It could be
His
infected.
girlfriend dodged a bullet.
Neosporin's been helping.
Okay. Good. Keeping it clean and stuff. Best you can.
I know how, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
Wednesday, back to Wednesday.
Yeah.
Once I got all the glass out of the dog's hair, she didn't sustain any injuries.
Good.
Nothing even on her nose. She got it with her shoulder bone, I believe. So glass dog. That was roughly around 2. And then the rest, he didn't really talk to me. I went back to doing like a job search, kind of just shitting my day away. Just getting game.
He 100% was not doing a job search. I can assure you of that.
YouTube maybe. That's when I came across one of the jobs I liked. Then 5 o'clock rolled by and mom came home. Dinner,
What do you guys have Wednesday night?
I couldn't tell you.
Okay. Who made it?
I think it was probably just stuff from the fridge.
Okay.
I think we all did our own thing again.
Sure.
By the way, a detective at my house said something's happened, and while we were leaving, people were going inside. Is there a warrant for my house?
Should there be?
No, I'm just wondering if.
I love that part. Should there be? Like, why would you even ask that question? Like, why would you even? I mean, I get why, right? But like, that's the last thing I would ask. Okay. That part gets me every time.
Can we go
As
in?
far as I know, they were at your house and they were going to be there talking to you to ask if you would come up here and talk
Yeah,
to us.
but Officer Haley just like walked pretty much in to the gate, the gate on the outside. Just kind of walked in. I was wondering.
Was that when you were getting your wallet?
No, we were. I was in the car waiting to leave. I was just wondering if everything's okay because she said something's happened.
Okay.
And we need to go down.
All right. I'll find out what that's about.
Well, has anything bad happened? Oh,
Not sure. All right. So Wednesday night, mom comes home. Dad was angry. Was he yelling or what was? How would you describe Dad being angry?
It was. He would yell if you said something to him. I guess if you talk to him, if you give him his space, he'll be okay. So
Wednesday night.
Wednesday, if you just give him his
was it that
space.
night?
That's all we did. Just give him his space. He won't yell or do anything.
Okay.
That's all we had to do. Ma and I went to clean, do some laundry, make our beds, stuff like that.
Who is we?
Ma and I.
Your mom. Okay. That was Wednesday night.
Yeah, we had an early night. No TV that night.
Gotcha. What time did your parents go to bed Wednesday?
Yeah, his parents sounded like really nice people. I mean, you can even look at the picture, like in the thumbnail of them. Like they just obviously they have major patients, right? And his brother seems like a really nice guy, and it sounds like probably his dad. To me, now again, I don't know him. I don't, obviously don't know any of them. The vibe that I got is his dad was probably your typical dad. That if Chandler was your son and bringing the level of BS that this kid brought to you and you were discovering the stuff. Because like when his dad was going through the whole thing and going down the rabbit hole of contacting the school and really bringing it to surface of, oh, wait a minute, this has all been a lie. Like you're going to blow up, right? So Chandler, I think, tries, and probably in Chandler's world, he was probably one of those just like, good, I ripped that off at $50,000. He like got really mad. Like, who does that? Like, he really sucks. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, dude, like, that's completely normal. Somebody would definitely get upset over that.
Then I do think
I was in bed at 8.
You were?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I couldn't tell you when they went to bed.
Okay. No worries. And you were downstairs. That's where you've been sleeping. You told me last
I
night.
was in my room Wednesday.
Upstairs. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, he's so similar to Gran
bedroom
Amato.
upstairs, and then you slept downstairs. Why have you been sleeping downstairs again? You told me last night.
Bathroom.
The bathroom's right
I
there.
need to be close. These stairs, I can't see too well in the dark now. So
Chandler also has every issue and ailment known
And just
to
like
man.
last night, I'm jotting some notes quick.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean one thing is more important than the other. It just means that I need to remember stuff, and
I
sometimes
understand.
Gotcha. All right. So, did you sleep with your door closed that night or open?
Oh yeah, I always have it closed.
Closed door. Yeah, makes sense.
I feeling they argued a little bit after.
Parents did. What were they arguing about?
Probably what set my dad off that day, the glass. Us not having food ready and stuff like that. We just microwave whatever was in the fridge, I suppose.
Yeah. Who was upset about that?
Dad.
Dad was. Okay.
He usually doesn't like that. He likes when we cook.
Okay. Okay. Does he ever cook?
I haven't seen him cook. Oh, he grills. He likes to grill. He grilled on Thursday.
Nice. All right.
I think I told one officer the green egg. He got it makes terrible food, but yeah.
Dad does?
Yeah. Oh, the green egg.
Oh, the green egg. That's like a grill or something?
Yeah, it's insulated and makes everything smoky.
Oh, okay.
It's Thursday morning. I wake up.
What time you think?
6.
Okay.
Dogs.
We talked about that yesterday. 6 a.m. is kind of your deal, right? 6 a.m.
Yeah, that internal clock now.
Yeah.
I haven't used the thing for a while. 6. I don't often eat breakfast, so I kind of just stay in my room on my phone. Help my mom out getting ready in the morning. She left for work at 7:30. I got her whatever she had to do. What was it? It was meaningless tasks, like just daily pillowcase changes and sheet changes, stuff like that. In the morning.
Before work?
Yeah, that's what we always do. And she's gone. My dad starts the grill around 8:39
In the morning?
to get the temperature right.
Was he working from home that day or?
Yes.
Okay.
The way he tells the story is so
We ate the grill, nothing really
Annoying.
happened between that. We kind of either were outside with the dogs from the lighting of the grill, him going in, taking a couple calls now and then, or emails or something. But we just kind of watched the grill and waited to get it set steady at hamburgers for $3.50-ish. Then, so yeah, we just kind of waited.
For the burgers?
And then we ate noon 30.
I feel like in a regular situation, so like and again, I mean, obviously this isn't like years later, so you know, you would remember more like little details and whatnot. But like, I feel like if it was like you weren't guilty of this and like they were asking you these questions, you'd be more like this. Like, well, would y'all do that? Even like, I don't know, like dad cooked some stuff out on the grill. I think mom and I did a couple of things around the house. I mean, it's kind of like this whole green eggs and ham and you know, dad's a bad cook. The grill doesn't do this, but you know what I mean? Like if they drag it out of you, but just like initial, like, oh, what did we do Thursday night? Yeah, mom got home. I don't know what time she gets home. I guess after 5. I wasn't really looking. Um, yeah, we did this. I mean, what else you want? You know what I'm saying? But like, and the way Chandler tells it, you're like, oh my God. Like, dude, so disinterested, right?
12:30, sorry. Sure. Then we went inside and had our TV show again, Wheel of Fortune. So it was on around our time for lunch. Or was it Family Feud? The Family Feud was Thursday. Family Feud.
I mean, this right here, like, who cares?
Where'd you guys watch
They
that?
know.
at?
They
Downstairs?
know.
Okay. Did you guys have a TV upstairs? I don't remember.
No.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm really trying to work memory.
That's fine.
Then yeah, we went to go do our own things. I went back to a little bit more job searching. This time I branched into DeForest instead of just Windsor. Looking. He went back to work. We planned
I branched out into other
On-
neighborhoods and communities.
something went well. Oh, we were. I don't know. Something went well for him. So that's all. Then we were hanging out again. My mom texts. I believe I texted her everything's going well. His phone died. My dad. He didn't. He just kind of like charged it, put it on the dock, and left it.
Like, what is this? How are we even? I
so
forgot
just
where we
kinda hung
are.
out, and my mom gets home, and I
Like, literally, and this is like, okay, so if I was a detective at this point, I would be like, I forgot. I mean, I'm being, you know, dramatic here. Like, I literally forgot what the question was sitting here watching this. Yeah, I know the detective wants to know what they did, but this has gone on for so long and it's so in depth with useless information that I'm just like, are we still on the question of what happened this evening? Like, I forgot where we're at. I'm just like, dude, he's talking about shrimp scampi. Dad doesn't charge the phone. This is crazy. This is crazy.
I start shrimp scampi for my dad because that's what he wanted, but we didn't have shrimp, so I made shrimpless scampi. That's where they told me while we were eating it, they were gonna go with their friends, and I was like, oh, cool. Well,
And they said they were going to the cabin.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're going up north. That's
north
how they
is
refer to it.
Who said that? Mom or dad?
Ma. My dad doesn't talk while he eats.
Okay.
So there we are at Thursday dinner up north of the cabin. My dad says, I'll need a set for pipe repair and gas. So I'm like, all right. I grabbed the pipe repair stuff from his plumbing chest or plumbing box. It's like a tote of what you need for pipe repair. And 2 whatever jerry cans. I can't remember the amount, but they're red with the safety nozzles. Got those squared away.
Hey,
They had
April.
most of their duffels already packed at that point.
Mhm.
And we all just started bringing them down to the mud room with the shoes
Yeah.
by the garage.
Where you showed me.
After that, we watched is a Netflix original, Seven Underground, with a thrill-seeking, like, it's like they fake their deaths and they fly airplanes and they like fight at the evil of the world by being ghosts.
You know what he's giving a little bit of? Definitely Stephen McDaniel. Definitely Grant Amato. With a touch of minus the perkiness, Ezra McCandless, or however you say her last name, when she was up there reading the hours of their poetry journals or whatever, where it was like, what have we done to inflict this punishment on ourselves that we are having to listen to this? Like, this is so the cops 100%. I can't remember at this point if they know, if they found enough evidence now, it's like they know what he did, or if this is like the jumping off point of we're just going to bring him in here. I'm pretty sure they already know at this point. And this just makes it even more painfully obvious than even the phone call before we listened to.
I don't think I've seen that one yet. Who was watching that?
The three of us.
All three of you? Okay.
All three. And that put it at 9. They had their drinks. Went to my computer. My computer was at that black table we sat at.
Sure.
We saw that stuff. Played a video game called Tarkov till midnight. Well, after midnight, maybe even. Kind of lose track of time. And my parents by then were asleep. We got their teeth brushed and everything. Then I got upstairs. Oh, that was Thursday. Yeah, so I did. So we got the bed all set before we played Tarkov, and that's when I crawled into bed from the black table. So after our movie, we set up.
Thank you, Tammy.
Couch bed, and the pillows.
Hey, Dominique.
Who helped you set the bed up?
My dad.
Dad, okay.
Yes, he knew he was leaving, and I would need that. Friday morning.
Thank you, Lauren.
I woke up. They had left with the stuff was all set out. They remembered the gas. I found the folding chairs that they wanted to bring, but they never brought them. I'm assuming they could fit them. They're big.
Imagine that.
So I put those away. That was Friday morning. I go upstairs.
I hope she's okay,
feed
April.
the dogs. It was around 6-ish, not 6:15 when I woke up. I was a little late that day.
6:15 Friday. Okay.
That's just when I looked at my phone.
Mm-hmm.
Dogs. Saw my Ma's note, the insurance for my appointment. I just ate whatever's on the counter. I think it was cornbread.
Where was the note from your mom?
That was on the kitchen. Like, there's a peninsula.
Yeah.
With the insurance stacked up. But I moved it to the table.
Okay. And then those insurance cards were there also that we saw yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think she knew which one I would need. But I have 3 now.
Mm-hmm.
Friday.
Yep. So
I hung out with Kat Friday night. I believe.
What'd you do Friday during the day?
Oh yeah, let's work backwards. I kind of took the day away. I played video games.
Okay. Parents are gone. Why not, right?
Yeah, I didn't do anything that I should have. I should have been cleaning and all of that.
Well, the house seemed pretty clean when I was
Do
there.
you see all the dog hair? That's got to be gone.
It comes along with it, right?
They're calling him out. So thank you for the people who did the reminder of. So they found the dad's torso and his girlfriend's property at this point. So yeah, knowing that context, and you hear him like, "Oh, the house is pretty clean when we saw it." Yeah, parents are gone. You kind of do what you want to. I mean, it feels like he ate like a massive edible before he went in here.
All right, so Friday during the day, just played video games, kind of.
Yeah. Then after work, I believe that was the day Kat came over.
After whose work?
Kat, she is
After
five.
her work.
5 is her work when she was off. I believe she came over.
So she gets done around 5.
The cat came at 5. You said?
I don't think she went straight here after. I
Let's not make
believe
sure
she
her
came
was.
over. It could have been later, like 6, maybe give her time for like getting clothes.
Hey Cheryl, glad you made it.
Just after work. You say? Where's she
Yeah.
work at?
She works downtown Middleton
Oh,
as
okay.
a farm tech.
Okay.
She
Wasn't Cat
I
into
believe
true
she
crime?
stayed with me on that couch that night.
So she spent the night over.
Yeah.
Yeah, he might have gotten some of that Anthony Todd purple drink.
You guys both slept on the couch downstairs.
Yeah.
What'd you do before you
Wait,
went to
that
bed?
was Friday night. That might have been my own night. I might be wrong. I'm wrong.
Okay.
I think I spent that night alone. I just kind of gamed online with some of my friends. Oh, I said Saturday night. I'm so sorry, guys.
Yeah, no worries, man.
So
Yeah, Amy
one night-
says, hold on. Amy says his brain's shutting down. He has to be exhausted after all the work getting rid of the bodies. And honestly, it's probably the most work this boy has ever done, right? I mean, think about it. This is probably the most effort he has ever put forth into something for a very long time. And so, you know, it has just absolutely fried him, right? Absolutely fried him. But Kat was a true crime fan and she told the cops as well. Okay, yeah. Here we go. Where are we at?
I gamed alone all night. One night, Kat spent the night on the couch. Oh, and Sunday she spent the night in my bed with me. She helped me out upstairs. Sunday night. I know that because she didn't want to spend another night on the couch bed. She didn't like it. And she went to work on Monday morning. So that was my bed night. We backtracking. One night she spent on the couch with me, with like the couch bed we've made.
Mm-hmm.
But one night I gamed all night, or all day and night, pretty much. And I'm pretty sure that was Friday night. And let's go with Saturday was my night alone.
Okay. So Friday, we believe she came over,
Yes.
and then Saturday was the game night.
Yes. So backtracking to Friday, when she came by, we actually we just Bright. No, not Bright. There's this movie or a TV series on Netflix. We watched pretty much the entirety of that into the morning. It was apocalypse show.
Okay.
I don't know the name.
What time do you guys think you went to bed?
I say we stayed up well until 10, I would say.
PM?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotta be at least. The morning.
I also feel like he's literally only described maybe 2 days, and the literal chain of event, like the amount of things that he has described doing in this amount of time, I feel like we've backtracked over a month, right? I mean, I'm just like, how many things did you do? It feels like literally if he's sitting here saying, I went and opened the door and then closed it and came out to the sofa, would have like 10 different parts to it, right? And you're just like, okay, we're still talking about just going to opening the door and coming back to the sofa. I thought that was like 5 weeks ago.
Saturday, we didn't do much. She left. This is when I'm really starting to notice my legs.
Okay.
I'm kind of having the anxiety and all of that, like getting a little frustrated with myself and all of that. Like it wasn't too bad until like last week Tuesday when I started noticing it, and Saturday was like the peak, and it's kind of stayed out like this.
Okay. Peak anxiety.
And this kind of like set me like to ask for some space, and I just kind of gained Saturday. Couldn't tell you when I went to bed. I think I might have even stayed up till 2. That yeah. Yeah, it's just the same game. Escape from Tarkov.
Yeah, and on that note too, I definitely 100%. I got my roll my eye thing right here. For someone who has all of these situations and these ailments going on, I mean, imagine how much a body weighs. Like what he did completely shows you that all of this is made up, right? Like he completely made all this up. Like these, oh my leg and my this and my that and blah, blah, blah. These were excuses. Even before he killed his parents, like this is just what he did. He was like one of those people that had like an excuse for everything. This is Grant, or you know what I'm saying, Chandler.
I couldn't get a hold of any of my friends to play with, unfortunately. I played like some here and there from Discord, but none would like stick around for that late in the night.
Sure.
Then we get to Sunday. It's the 4th.
Judge, I'll give the court reporter a moment. I'm pausing the video at what's on the screen as 17.
Sorry, I didn't know I had y'all on mute. Sorry. They ended the court for that day, and so this is part 2 of the thing when they get back to court the next day.
Throughout, I've called. I don't know the times though. Throughout the weekend, I mean, but I called my mom, I believe, in the morning. There's along those lines, and I get a text from her. It was a text message. It wasn't even an iMessage, so I assumed she said White Lake today. So she sent it that day. I couldn't figure out where she was. because it was a text, there was no iMessage, so I kind of just like left it at that. They're safe, they're alive. Then get to the afternoon, I'm talking to Dan. I call him up and I ask him, well, what he's doing. Or maybe that was the morning, but I called Dan that Sunday, asked him what he's up to, if he wanted to hang out. I don't
No
like
worries,
being
Tori. I
alone
hope
right
all's
now.
well.
Dan is mom's coworker / friend.
Yeah,
Okay.
this guy. Go over there he invited me for fireworks in his driveway.
Literally, all I'm thinking is, I'm like, please, for the love of everything, don't let him go to the fireworks, because we're going to have to suffer through him recounting. That requires so many different things. You have to leave the house, see the fireworks, talk to people. This could take weeks to describe this, right?
He said, or you said yesterday, he lived in DeForest or Windsor, one of the other.
Yeah, close.
Okay.
I can point it at a map.
One or the other, I think.
So throughout the day, the dogs, it's just me and the dogs, the fireworks, and the dogs are like running around and into things. I'm trying to keep them okay. All they're doing is knocking stuff over, spilled their water. They haven't eaten. They won't go outside for me. Even on a leash, I couldn't get them out.
What was the deal with that?
Fireworks.
Oh, the fireworks
All
are
day.
spooking them so much.
Yeah, all
Yeah,
day.
I gotcha.
So I put them both into the Ford, cranked the TV.
Hey, Dwayne,
Did
how's
that
it
somehow help
going?
at all with them?
Yeah. Loud TV helped. Rizzo doesn't like, or maybe does like New Girl, the TV show, so we watched that. It's the theme song that gets her, I think. She barks. So we watched that. Izzy fell asleep. So Izzy's the old dog, the older one. Yep. So it was Sunday. Like Sunday evening, Kat comes by to help me with the girls.
So she wasn't there during the day.
No, it was just me and the dogs. She left Sunday morning.
Okay.
From the. No, she left Saturday morning because I spent Saturday by myself.
I see that.
And then Sunday, it was just me and the girls till whenever Kat got there. We didn't eat together, I don't think. No, this is Sunday. So I went to Kat's house.
On Sunday.
I actually, yeah. So that was Sunday morning is when I left the girls. So all of Sunday morning, I had the girls in the Ford. We watched New Girl. I went to Kat's house Sunday to eat, but we ended up not eating there. We went to Cress's house. It's Cottage Grove or Cascade? No, Cedarburg. It's a sea town area.
Okay. So where is it? Near
I've never
Cress.
Whose house was that?
Cress.
Oh, Chris.
Cress.
So Cress is
You've
just
seen her in my phone.
Yeah, I saw the call story.
She
That's
helps
your
me out with everything.
Kat's
Mom's girlfriend.
mom's girlfriend.
Okay.
Kat's mom's girlfriend.
I try to talk to her as much because she's like, I don't know, wise, and she really helps me with what's going on with me. Because I've been in a slump, I'd say.
Okay.
But
I think definitely, like, he made his personality, number one, like being a victim, but like all these pretend ailments he came up with were part of his gimmick, and grift that he pulled on everyone around him to avoid doing anything that he didn't want to, right? Which is probably like anything besides playing video games, I'm imagining. because like the things he was, making up, like I'm gonna go work at SpaceX and I'm gonna go do this. I mean, these are like when you're to the point of like pretending to be in college and hey Kat, I got a job at SpaceX, let's move. These are insane levels of lying, right? It's like the Olympics in lying. But it seems like everyone he made this feel sorry for me kind of a thing. Because like imagine bringing this home to your parents. Imagine what dinner would be like. Be like, yeah, this is my man. This is my guy. I mean, can you imagine what they would think of him? Yes, well, I mean, it's just do the math on it, right?
So went to Kat's house Sunday to eat. What time do you think you went over there?
Food at 3:30. That's what they said.
So about 3:30 you went over to Kat's?
Oh, I was at Cat's well before. I was out there noon.
Okay.
Noon, let's say.
Noon. Where does Kat live?
The east side?
East side of Madison?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sure I could look it up, but do you know the road at all or anything?
Taffliger? Or Andrew Lane? Taffliger?
Okay. I'll look it up. That's fine. So you met her Sunday about noon. What'd you guys do at her place?
Well, she realized my legs, I wouldn't be able to do stuff with them. So her brother, and her brother's date went to a thrift store while she had me sleep. She just put me to bed and they went. And then they get home around 2:30. Kat and I rush back to my house, let the girls out, and we go back straight to the farm.
Okay. Were you at the farm before you went to let the dogs out, or?
No, we were at Kat's. It's like a duplex.
So Kat's house Sunday around noon. You went to sleep with Kat, her sister,
Her brother,
Kat's brother,
and his date.
Okay. Sorry about that. Went to a thrift store.
Then we went to Cress's and we ate. After that, James left after dinner, leaving his date.
So like, can you imagine him? Like if he literally if he didn't want to do something, I think he would just make stuff up in the moment or whatever he had already been lying about. So this whole thing talking about they put me to bed, my legs, whatever. Can you imagine him in that moment, whatever they were doing, he didn't want to do. So it's you guys, my leg, I would really like to go do that with you, but my legs are acting up. Oh, you want to know what's wrong with them? Okay, yeah, I have waking restless leg syndrome. Okay, so that means that even if I'm awake, they're restless. Okay, so even if I'm walking, they're restless, right? And just kind of comes and goes. I can't really, I don't know when. I don't know if I was struck with it, but right now I'm struck with it. So I'm gonna have to sit this one out, guys. Luckily, I brought my little handheld Nintendo game with me, though.
With us, and we took a swim. After the swim, we left. Went to Kat's house to drop off his date. The date stayed at Kat's house. The date is Rose, maybe, is what her name was.
Rose. Had you ever met her before?
No, this was a Tinder match from her brother, Kat's brother.
Okay.
Carrie says he's like lorazepam with legs. 100%.
They got back.
This is if Xanax was a person. Lorazepam with legs, Carrie says. 100%. That's hilarious. If you look up the word dejected, this dude's face is on it, right? I wonder what he's like in okay, so now he's in prison, wherever, prison, whatever. What is he like? Right? He might be a good cellmate because he would probably put you to sleep every night. I'd be like, Chandler, will you tell me what'd you do in the rec yard today? Just tell me. He could have just gone to the water fountain, It'd be 45 minutes worth of talk. He'd have you knocked right out.
Cat and I went to my house to let the dogs out, then we left. Oh, I think we got gas. And then we went to Cress's. So I'd say we got to, it was maybe 4 when we got there. We were late for dinner. But it was good because we were still setting up.
Where'd you guys get gas at? Do you remember that?
One of the quick trips in town. I can't remember. I'm sorry.
When you say in town, are we talking DeForest, Sun Prairie?
DeForest, it had to be.
Okay.
I think we got, I'm still not super sure, but I know we were doing something on the way, or we didn't do something. I thought we were going to do a return, but I'm jumbling it right now. So just have that. We went to my house and back to Crest's. We were late.
Okay.
For dinner.
What were you guys driving? Were you in your
Cats.
Thank you, Shannon. I appreciate that.
Was she driving or you?
She drives that Cat's her car.
Red Subaru, you said?
Yeah. It's at my house right now.
Oh, okay. And you rode with her.
Yes.
Where'd you guys go for a swim?
There's like a little pool up at the Cress's house.
Oh,
She's been helping me with my walking and everything, and they get me there.
Okay.
Like he's in physical therapy.
It must have been nice with how hot it has been.
Yeah, they got something fancy to heat it from the sun.
Okay.
But that was the 3 of us.
Yeah.
Then we went back to around 6, no, later, maybe 7. We went back to Kat's apartment, dropped off Rose, got Kat's dirty or wet clothes. She had wet clothes because she was going to dry them. And we went to my house together.
So Rose got dropped off at Cat's.
Yeah, the duplex in the east side.
Okay. Was James with you guys at that point, or?
No, James left after dinner around 4:30.
Okay.
I keep
Was he not getting along with Rose, or?
No, he had work.
Oh, okay. That sucks. Working on the 4th of July.
Something.
So did Rose get dropped off at Cat's duplex then?
Yes. We'll refer to Kat's house as a duplex.
Yep.
Cress is the farm. Yep. We grow berries.
Yep.
My house is my house. That's how we'll refer.
Gotcha.
Where are we?
Sunday night about 7.
Sunday night.
Even
Rose
he's
at
getting
Rose.
lost.
Rose
He's like, where am I
dropped off,
at?
We get to my house. And we go to my house in DeForest, Windsor. We feed the girls. We put her clothes that she brought, the wet stuff, in the dryer because that's what she needed to do. We get her clothes dry. That's after we get back, actually.
Yeah, I'm literally convinced that he had to have taken something before this, because you know how like, okay, you know when you see videos and stuff like that, people like say doing fentanyl and like really hard stuff where they're like just kind of do that slump over thing. It's almost like I expect him to do that after when he starts talking, because like, yeah, we went back to the house and then she knew the. Okay, yeah, and then we went to the house. Like it's almost like that, like he's in downers or whatever you call it. Like he's in that zone where he's just like, no, obviously we know he's lying, right? He's trying to make stuff up, whatever. Because the level of details that he's doing here is like, this is insane. This is insane. Okay. Like, yeah, like he's nodding off, like literally it's the vibe. Like, I definitely feel like he's got to be on something. Yeah, and Deidre says he adds things unnecessarily because that's what she needed to do. And like when he was like, Cress is the farm, they grow blueberries. My place is, and I'm like, why did we? I mean, okay. And again, he's probably nervous. He probably was so nervous, and he's already said he has anxiety stuff, so he probably has stuff at home. So he probably took something to go in here because here's the thing. If you had done what he did and you were like the cops were calling you in there and you're as nervous as he is and you have those kind of things, you know you're gonna take something to go in there, right? You might look, I'll just take the edge off. And then I can like really just sell it. All I need to do is take the edge off and I'll get in there. I've got my story and I'm sticking to it. But what he didn't count on is that they were gonna make him, he's a little Miss Chatty Cathy with this type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like he's that one that's like pop a couple of pills and can tell you his life story. Might take him 3 weeks to get through the first 6 months of life, but he's going to tell you that story. You know what I'm saying? You're going to hear it. You're going to hear it.
And then we go to dance.
Okay.
For the fireworks. Like he asked us to come by 8:30. For some reason I was trying to leave, but I was making a joke about it that we're gonna be late, like stuff like that, goofy crap. I drove to dance.
Okay. Which car were you guys in?
My dad's Subaru. It's a blue.
The one in the garage.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Then we get there. We stay for 45 to an hour. That's how I got the bottle rocket marks.
Show me those again.
That
Oh,
the sparks.
That's right, you said you
And I
were holding
think
them
this
or
was a
something?
wad or something that flew back.
shot back out of it.
Yeah, that one stuck in for a little bit. That's why it's so.
So he was smoking the weed vape on the way over. Yeah, he smoked.
The dance.
100%.
I didn't know the stick.
Probably on top of pills.
You don't hold the stick. The stick flies with it.
Oh, sure.
I didn't know.
Mhm.
So you're over at Dan's house
Okay.
about 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah, get my hands a little bit. We find a firework that it spins and takes off, and it went straight to the bush. So we were like, no more of that. We're done.
Did it light the bush on fire?
No, thankfully it wasn't hot enough for that.
Good.
After that, we cleaned. I gave him a bottle of wine as a thank you for letting us come. Thankfully, I still have a couple bottles at home. While we're there, Dan had a few beers.
Yeah, see, 100% if this is me in his situation right here, like I would be like literally having to be like, okay, tell me again, what was I talking about? What was the question? Like I have a general synopsis of why I'm here, but where was that? I mean, because he is going off on these tangents, like left and right. Like, yeah, we did like the sparkle thing, like just crazy stuff.
His girlfriend was there, or fiance, or wife. I'm not sure the relationship, but she was there.
No name.
Never got her name. Just Dan's girlfriend. She's got purple hair. She's IT at MATC. The school's own IT.
Okay.
Vic brings up a good point. She said that he's not even aware he's talking. They're not even asking questions. Excellent point, because notice how little questions they ask this dude. The cops have barely talked, right? It's literally like they put a quarter in him and wound him up and just let him go, right? I mean, just let him go. And every now and then they give a little poke prod. Then what? Oh, yeah. What about that? And he just keeps going.
Anybody else there?
Just the two of us, and then the neighbors watched. One to our left and one across the street. One group. The one across the street had some cooler stuff than I've ever seen.
I just sped him up to 1.25 because I can't.
But there we are. And then someone in the distance, kind of closer to our house, launched a mortar artillery firework. And then I was like, okay, we have to go home for the dogs. So we went. And that was pushing 9:30, 9:45. We got home. We got into the couch fort.
The couch fort. Can't roll my damn eyes hard
And
enough.
put on Daybreak was the apocalypse show. Daybreak. I put on that because we're trying to finish it.
On Netflix.
Yes. This is Kat and I still.
Yeah.
She's spending the night. The whole time, dogs are pushing me, nosing me, and everything. And so we kind of stop and stop watching, and she goes to bed. I'm trying to let the dogs out, or at least go back in a little bit. But the fireworks, they couldn't. We get to bed upstairs in my room because she doesn't like the couch, and she had work in the morning.
Yeah.
And I'd say that's 10-ish, 10:30, and the whole time the younger dog keeps jumping on us. So I leave Kat in the bed and I go sit down in the
Right. It's like he needs to be at a 1.25 at all times in life.
Just hang out with the dogs so Kat can get to sleep.
Where we first started talking last night.
Yes,
Like the
the main
kitchen,
room.
dining room, and the couches. Okay.
I love it, Carol. Backward.
Because I don't work tomorrow. She does.
Mm-hmm.
Then I put the ladder in front of those steps so the girls can't come up. They pee on the kitchen, the tiles, so I clean that, and at least they went before bed.
So much
Mhm.
cleaning
They're not
constantly.
Yeah.
Then I go to bed. Then it's Monday morning. Kat goes to work 7:50-ish, maybe earlier. Then I'm left to myself. So we put on New Girl in the couch fort on Monday morning.
Mhm.
I go back and forth through some video games and then back. Video games. Back and then
Those don't like to stand up very good.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to stretch a little bit while I'm sitting. So New Girl, video games. This is Monday. Again later, I have a little bit to eat for lunch. Well, at the end of the day on Monday, I did go for the afternoon. I did go to the farm to talk to Cress and Kat's mom. I told them what's happening with my health because I had the appointment at 2.
Did you go to the farm before or after?
After, because I told them what happened to me, and I told them the legs.
See, some of the things, it's almost like he'll remember key points that could be like corroborated because I had the appointment at 2. Like, oh yeah, that's right. I went to their house. Maybe I disposed of a body in there somewhere, but I mean, I was definitely asking them about my legs.
Are probably going to be permanent, and the headaches should be fixed after the hemorrhage is cleared a little
Thanks,
bit.
Lauren.
So now that I'm there, I talked to their mom and Crest together, and I think Kat's mom is all right with me. I don't know, she wants me to move into the east side Kat's house instead of paying rent as an apartment because she doesn't like to live at home.
Does Kat live with her mom or?
Kat has an apartment.
Okay.
Somewhere.
Kat does?
Yeah, it's by Mifflin.
Okay.
The Party Avenue. It's by there.
Okay.
So I'm there talking to their mom and Chris. Then I go up to have, break down by their shed and they go swimming. Right by the swimming pool is the shed, so they wanted to watch me break down and all that. So after I noticed they're just watching, I just walk over to them.
Describe your breakdown to me.
I actually cried. Started kicking grass.
Isn't this when he was getting rid of the body?
Then I hopped in the water with them. Okay. So it was too late. I was in the water. Didn't realize Crest didn't have a top. Okay. And that was uncomfortable. But I talked to them more, and that's when she brought up the housing situation, how she doesn't like how my parents are. I guess I don't know. She doesn't know them that well. She's never met them.
Okay. Crest was saying that?
And Kat's mom. Kat's mom is speaks his first thought right away. Yeah. So they're offering me to get a job, live with them, work for them while I'm working, and pay rent. And that's kind of their deal. I would have like a month free of rent, or a month or two maybe if they're thinking. I could be able to borrow a car from Crest maybe if she's nice. Or not using it, I'd be able to go to work.
Do you have a lot of cars or something? No. Okay. Just an extra one probably.
But also look at how many people were willing and were like helping this dude. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to get him going. I mean, obviously, Kat's parents, they're like, our daughter's in love with this guy. We gotta do what we can do to intervene here. This dude's a loser. We need you to move in with her. We can do this. You can borrow the car, like anything like that. And it's like, nope, not enough.
She stays at the farm. Okay. So if she didn't need it, I could use it to go to a job or at least interviews. Yeah. I was hoping for a job, near where I live so I could bike. That would keep me, these going. I don't think they can get worse, but I could keep doing it,
Yeah.
Where are we?
Sunday. So you were swimming, had a little breakdown. What were you having a breakdown about?
You ever have your legs down? Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Just I don't even know if they're done bleeding as bad as they can be yet. So that's not fun.
And I think you were telling me last.
Thank you, Carrie. Yeah, have you ever had your legs stop working? Have you ever had walking, restless leg syndrome? Yeah, you'd be breaking down too, bro. Okay, it's not something to joke about, bro. Serious stuff. Mind you, he probably skipped his way in there, right? Just doggy paddling all over that pool. Not a thing wrong.
Last night it's a symptom of a concussion, right?
So right? That's not it. It's a symptom of nerve damage from the hit to my spine. So it's permanent.
Okay, I understand that now better.
Yeah. So it's just legs. If it's waist feeling is probably colostomy bag down the road and all of that. But here we are Sunday. Yeah. Oh, okay. We're sitting in the pool. We're hanging out. They're just talking to me. Sometimes they're being nice. Sometimes they're making the offer, hey, if you move in, you can pay rent. This is a good neighborhood.
I don't remember the name of this movie. Y'all help me out here. Maybe it was Highway with Reese Witherspoon. It was one of her first movies. And she plays that girl who Kiefer Sutherland, tell me if y'all have seen this. Kiefer Sutherland kidnaps. He's a serial killer. And she shoots him up with a gun and whatever. She's had a rough life. And so then he's some rich white serial killer dude. And so then there's a scene where she's in court. And they're wheeling him in, and his face is all mangled up. I mean, she messed him up, right, with this gun. And she turns around from the defendant table, Freeway, yes, and she goes, "Oh my God, Bob." It reminds me, I can't believe a little old gun made such a big mess out of it. And then she was like, "You know what I heard you got one of them poop bags." She's like, "You know what, Bob? That's what you are, just one big old poop bag." But she didn't say poop bag. It was so funny. That's what he reminds me of. That is what this dude is right here. Just one big old poop bag, right? I mean, honestly, yeah, there's probably a poop bag down the road for me. He's probably trying for one in prison. I'd like to know if he has one.
It's a cul-de-sac. there was parking. So yeah, on the east side, just off of Milwaukee Street, that's Andrew.
Oh,
You take a left turn onto Andrew on Milwaukee.
Yep.
So that's it. So it's a good neighborhood, kind of like the one.
If you
that
haven't
I'm
seen
saying.
Freeway, y'all,
I live there.
it is
I leave
insane.
doing my own
Okay,
thing.
it's one of Reese Witherspoon's. I would
And
say one of her
then
first
they're like, oh,
movies.
appreciate you
It's
stopping
very
by. So
dark
I
comedy,
head out,
gruesome.
and
It's
I go
trigger warning left and
on
right,
Monday
very
afternoon.
offensive.
I go to dinner at Cat's house on
It's
the east
wild.
side.
Okay. What time do you think that was?
It had to be 7:30. I left the farm, which is Precious.
7:30 p.m.
Thank you, Claire. I really appreciate it.
So, my cats. And then she's planning on feeding me. This is Monday, correct?
Yeah.
It's after the farm swim with Press. I think we just eat and cuddle a little bit.
Okay.
When I go home, there's the girls. Let them out and go to bed because I kind of had a day.
What time do you think you left her place?
I'd
Cat's place?
say 9.
Getting left about 9. Okay. She didn't come with you?
No, I was
Okay.
alone that night.
Okay.
I really want to drag her away. I think she stayed at her apartment or her house that night, not apartment.
Okay.
So there we are. Tuesday morning. Which is I can't remember Tuesday. Dan wakes me up, I believe, with something, or not wakes me up. I did the 6 again with the dogs and the food, but I got back in bed. I don't know if I passed out or zoned out a little bit, but Dan is worried about my mom on Tuesday, I think.
Thank you,
Did you
Smooth.
call
I
her,
said
text her?
no word. My mom, I don't know if he called him.
Okay.
I think he just contacted. That's what I can think of.
Reach out.
Yeah, he reached out. Then I'm like, oh, it's Tuesday morning. They should be here. No worried. I think I called my mom that day.
All right.
And then,
You talked to her?
no, she never picked
You
up.
talked to Tuesday either?
It's always the voicemail and said voicemail. You know when you,
Yeah.
so it's off, out of range. I don't know the other factors that could give you that.
It's like a voicemail right away. It goes right to voicemail, right?
So whatever factors can give you that.
So I might have missed it. So from the time like they left, did you talk to them at all when they were
I got a
up north?
text.
You got the one text
And I
that you mentioned
don't
earlier,
even like it.
right?
Yeah.
But that was it? Nothing else.
Yeah. So that's fishy to me, even the text, because I realized Memorial Day is when the White Lake Parade is.
Oh, sure.
There's no 4th of July. Maybe there's cheap drinks, but there's no parade of White Lake on the 4th. So, well, maybe there is now. I realize I've always gone
He's
on
going to
Memorial.
crack the case, y'all. Just
because
stay with
that's
him.
That's the weekend I get time off from school and all of that. You don't get time off for the 4th.
So basically, with
So
the time
true,
that they're
Carol.
gone at the cabin and you're at home, running around doing what you're doing, you just had one communication with mom.
Yeah, that's kind of how
Via
I
text.
just assumed the amount of people, where they're at, and whether all
Well, I understand. I'm just
Oh, I
making sure
added
this is
up
more
to-
than one.
her not contacting, but this is the only text.
Was there anything with dad?
No, I won't even bother talking to him. He wouldn't use his phone while he's up there. He loves it.
Oh.
Does
Does he keep his phone on when he's up there?
it's usually in the car.
Oh, okay.
And my brother and I just text all the time while we're up there. We even set up wire antennas sometimes to make better connection.
Sure.
Okay. So here we are. Where?
Tuesday. Called mom. Voicemail immediately.
Voicemail immediately Tuesday. Where?
Dan called, worried about mom not coming to work. You had already fed the dogs and that before Dan.
They even have to remind him where he's at. The story's so intricate. He has to ask him, what day are we on? At the end of all this, is like, and that was Monday. Never mind. Yeah, that was all for Monday.
Oh.
5 hours later.
I'm doing this part. I got a coffee at a Quick Trip one day. Well, I think that could have been Tuesday morning.
Okay.
At Quick Trip, I got a coffee. And I I used my dad's number at a Quick Trip to give me the free one because it was the Cruise of Gold. I could have reported it, but there's a free one, and it's Tuesday or it was a Monday. I could have gotten $1 one.
I mean, at this point, it's starting to tick me off. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I was a jury member, I'd be like, I would have raised my hand a long time ago and been like, hold up, wait a minute, stop, drop, put your back into it, something. I would have been like, I need the bathroom, I need a honey bun, I need to walk around the little room that we have in the back for a second, and then we can finish this, because this is insane. He's 100% guilty. You can't change my mind. Be done with it.
But it was full price, I believe, and I grabbed the coffee because it was a free one. He hasn't used it for weeks, so I grabbed that at a Quick Trip. I couldn't tell you which one. I was just driving at that point.
When you use it's a rewards card is what they call it, right?
Yeah.
You just enter his phone number or something.
You type it.
Okay.
Yes,
So I
I
got coffee
100%
at the
microwave that
on the
honey
same
bun.
Tuesday.
Throw a little peanut butter on it
I got a free
too.
one.
Sweet.
It was terrible.
Oh, what?
I wanted to try Group of Gold.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. Then we're at Tuesday. Cat's working up, and I'm gaming, job hunt. And then I started trying to get the glass. Because I've been a little lazy on the glass. I just kind of had chairs in front of it. I broom and, a little sweeper holder, you broom it into that dustpan. Yeah. Tossing the glass into recycling. I get most of it. There's a bunch in the cracks of the stone that I'm picking out by hand. I think I didn't injure myself from that, but yeah. Just my blood was kind of on the floor, so I got the Swiffer I borrowed from Kat, from the foot. I borrowed a Swiffer to mop. I Swiffered the floor, like not the stone, but the floor. And then I got a little bit in the kitchen. And then everywhere kind of I walked, pretty much. The bathroom, the kitchen, and then I couldn't get the carpet, so I still stained that up. It looked crappy.
Where was their carpet at?
The stairs between basement and kitchen.
Oh, that's right.
Carpet stays. I tried. I can't get it out. I don't know how to do that, but then all the way up to the laundry room where I found my first aid kit. I just tried to stop all the bleeding, but it wouldn't stop. So
And that blood was all coming from your left foot.
yeah, left foot hole.
Left foot hole. I mean, are we talking
That's
massive
all.
amounts of blood? Or are we talking, a little bit? Describe.
It started as drops until I got to the bathroom. And then I got back to go grab my sock and some of the paper towel. And then I see the glasses in there, so I grab the tweezers and I pull it out. And then it starts squirting out. And I got some on a little bit of the rock. It wasn't that bad of the rock, but it. I think the worst was that floor. That it kind of like.
I lost like
just
5
puddles.
pints.
It wasn't good.
We're talking the floor down in the basement.
Well, that one, and then I go upstairs to the kitchen, and it's still going, and I'm trying to get my foot in the sink just to slow it down and pinch it maybe. And then I waddle upstairs to the
Waddle.
eye packer, the first aid kit.
kit.
And once I got it kind of bundled up, it stopped for what I know. Then I need to get some tape. We have a tape box in the basement. I go there and I opened it up again. I bled a little bit more, but the basement was easy to clean. It's just cement.
Mhm.
So many places to clean and so much
I grabbed
blood.
the tape box and I wrapped it. After that's Tuesday.
Yep.
That's Tuesday. Wings. I go to Cats.
Okay.
We had wings.
What time?
That could have been. I've been doing the BS of first aid and all that. I go to Kat's house with her mom and her brother. That could have been 5 or 6. I think to be exact.
Did you guys pick up the wings and go there? Or?
No, I drove. the cats. Straight there.
What'd you drive?
The Subaru.
Car choice.
I just with the Volvo seat, like, I can't do it with my foot.
Now he's got the foot injuries, walking restless leg
Talking about
syndrome.
wings. Do you guys go pick
Wings.
up wings? Or?
Yeah, so we get there, and we're calling around, seeing what's up. James is getting home with Jimmy John's. And we're like, oh, don't eat all of it. He's like, I'm hungry now. Do all that post gym crap. So he grabs, eats half of his sandwich, and then we go cat night. The two of us in my car. We go to Buffalo Wild Wings.
Do you remember which one?
I can tell you. I don't.
Thanks,
Had to
Lady
eat right,
T.
that's close. To
Yeah.
it. It's by a mall.
Not the East Town,
It's by a mall. There's a mall. We go in, we get the wings, we go out. We go to Cats, we eat. We watch this movie, Pretty in Pink or something. It's about a girl that likes fashion. And goes
We don't need
Harvard.
to know.
So
Is that on Netflix or just normal TV?
they have like everything there. I didn't know.
All right, so we eat the wings at Cats. Watch Pretty in Pink.
Yeah, it was an option choice. But all the four of us we all ate.
Okay.
And then went upstairs, lay down in our bed for a few minutes.
Just letting the food settle or
Yeah.
hanging out.
Notice she's kind of falling asleep. So I'm like, okay, I'm ready to get out of here. And I go home, get the girls all ready for bed, going outside, get them water.
What time do you think you made it home?
Say 9 at the latest. And the girls, water, not really food they've ate before, but water and play, like indoor playtime in the bathroom.
Sure.
So
Did you guys go to? So you were home alone then?
I've been home alone this whole weekend, really, except when Cat comes.
Yeah.
So Cat didn't come that night. So now we're pushing Wednesday, aren't we?
What time do you think you went to bed on Tuesday night?
Probably would be getting close when I got home, 10 at the latest. I've kind of been tired lately.
Sure.
Then the morning on Sunday. No, wait, where are we? Wednesday. Okay, so Wednesday. I try to go to the farm, and I keep spamming Cress. I kind of need someone to talk to because I'm freaking out about my parents. Jane's calling me. I give her the address to go to the farm, or to the cabin. Jane Helgendorf. Never picked up from Cress, so I go home.
Did you drive over to the farm or?
Yeah.
Because she wasn't answering her phone, right?
No, I got close, but then I realized I can't just show up. They'd shoot me. They don't know when I drive. What I look like with a hat on.
They got guns over there, or would they actually shoot you?
No, I'm just saying. Her dad lives there.
We can only be so lucky.
He got a buck when he was 95 or something. So I know if he didn't know who I was, he could have.
Yeah.
So he's old. But if he can use a gun, that's why I wouldn't do that.
Yeah. So Cress's dad lives there too.
Yeah.
Is it Cress's farm or dad's
It's her
farm?
dad's. He built it.
Oh, okay. And then
She
she's
lives there. She's
okay.
managing the property because he's in the chair.
Yeah, he's old.
So then it's not really a farm. It's a
Farm man.
hobby farm.
Yeah, I gotcha.
They
I
just
haven't ever been there.
Let wildflowers grow for the beast. That's pretty much it. And no berries, but it's then here we are. I turn around and then Jane calls. I get a picture of the property at the cabin. And I see that. So I'm looking at the cabin. And then it doesn't look right. There's a birch tree in front. And I didn't like the look of it because that didn't just sit right with me a little bit. But it looked like tracks were pushed down into the grass a little bit. I don't know, in the picture. And Mike said there was like light tracks, like someone was there.
Where was the birch tree at?
It looked like it was in the middle of the drive. And sometimes we do that. We find a fallen log and we put it like a double door entrance.
Mhm.
So you go in from the gate, you park, you move the next, and then you drive.
Yeah, sure.
So that's like the only security we can get up there. So we have done that before. The grass is overgrown, but that's from the storm and the fallen trees.
Mhm.
You can't mow there because the flowers.
So with the birch tree, I mean, if you guys typically
Did y'all
put
just
stuff
see
down
him
like
starting to
trees,
nod? Did you just see him starting to nod where he was like this? And then he did this right here. Like, and Cinnabee, you were just saying that you think he's totally pilled out. I definitely think he is. I mean, people were saying that he was on camera in the cop car in this vape. I think he was doing pills and vaping, and he is just like he's probably having like this is his element, right? He's going to talk about his restless walking leg syndrome, his squirting left foot hole, all sorts of crazy stuff, right? All eyes are on him. He's probably loving this, even though he's like nervous or whatever. I have to go grab a soda, but I'm going to keep playing it real quick. I'll be right back.
Why did it look weird to you this time?
Never seen that log. We have
Okay.
this log that's
One that you've been
close to
using.
the shed. It's, I would say, closer to petrified than rotten. It's hard, like really hard.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of tree, but that's what my dad and I use when we go.
So you typically use the same tree. This one just seemed out of place too.
Yeah, that's not the tree we use.
Gotcha.
Where are we?
Wednesday morning, Jane sends you a picture of the cabin. You see the birch tree. And
All right. Then I go to the police station because I ask her, when should I make a thing? Point or the. I'm sorry.
No worries, man.
What?
Wednesday morning, you said you went to the police department.
Yeah, to make a. Talk to him about my parents, and then I met with 3 sheriffs that came.
3, you said?
3. There was a Seeley, he's bearded. The guy that drove me here, I'm not sure the name. And then Collins, she was also doing canvassing.
Mhm.
So canvassing. So here we are, those 3. I get the questions answered. Then we go to my house. And then there's 3 more, the same 3 sheriffs.
So they talked to you at the police station or wherever you
Yeah, I get information and stuff.
And then
like
they
that.
came to your house.
Yeah,
Okay. And that's probably about, then I came a couple hours later.
they were there questioning. You're here now questioning.
Mhm.
And then that night, what night am I on? Wednesday night, I go to Dan and Mary's.
Wednesday night.
Wednesday night,
What time do you think?
they feed me. I had probably 7:30.
When you
We're
said you
still
went
on Wednesday.
Dan and Mary Sesto and Dan Something-ovich. So
So Mary Sesto's house.
Mary Sesto's house. It's on the same road.
As
Pretty
yours.
much. Yeah, it just up. the
Around
curves.
the corner. For dinner, you went there?
Yeah, well, they just fed me. They didn't eat.
Okay.
They just wanted to brainstorm.
Any good ideas come out of it?
Okay, we put him at
You said you
1.5.
only could think of Dan, and Dan's been here.
Yeah.
He was at a 1.25. We put him at a 1.5. We've got to get. It's at 45 minutes. It's 111 minutes long. We're gonna get through this one. There's no way we can revisit this on Thursday. It's too horrible. It's like this is the world's most boringest human being ever, right? I mean, literally, it's just torture.
You said you went to the police department to talk about your parents. Just tell me what exactly did you talk about your parents with the deputies about?
Oh, we're making a report. That I thought I had to do that at a station.
And you were reporting, like what were you reporting exactly? I just want to write down and
Yeah.
have it on it.
They're missing this.
Okay. Listen, okay. Gotcha.
And
As far
Yeah. Also, I found the scene of the Reese Witherspoon thing I was telling you about. We'll watch it here when we're done with this.
as you know, I mean, were you able to tell? We've gone into a lot of detail last night and tonight, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that you gave them as much information as you've given me, or do you think that we
you
have
asked
gone
way
into
more questions.
Yeah.
You even asked about my injuries,
Yeah.
the bleeding in the fireplace.
Yep.
The sheriffs kind of gave what they need to make reports, and you just asked about like home life.
Everything, right? Okay.
So you got more in depth,
Yeah.
I think. Wednesday here we are, and throughout the weekend I've been calling.
All right. I'm just kind of looking at some things here. So we started Wednesday. Mom, dad work. You and your dad watched Wheel of Fortune. I'm just going to kind of read stuff back through a little bit. Okay. And we kind of ended it last night because I've been talking to you since then. You know, so I don't think there's much else that I need you to tell me from last night.
The judge is falling asleep. Good night, Donna.
So watching Wheel of Fortune.
The cops will be able to sum it up in like 5 seconds flat.
And tossing the ball around for the dog and broke the glass fireplace. Your foot gets hurt. Dad gets mad. Right? Yeah. Mom left for work in the morning, comes home later on. The dog was fine, not injured at all. Was it the dog or the ball that crashed into the glass?
Both. The ball bounced, but the dog hit it with the shoulder. That's how it broke. The ball went on it.
Yeah, probably not. Okay.
Um,
All right. Playing games, watching YouTube, job search. I'm just going to still read out loud, just make sure I don't have any questions. You guys typically make your beds every day? Looked like they were made yesterday when I was there.
yes. Okay. We usually do sheets every few days in beds.
Change the sheets every day?
Every few.
Yeah.
They get changed.
I say that's
On a
good.
regular basis. Or the dog hair, it's kind of hard to sleep.
Yeah, they probably do have some pretty long hair.
The heat they shed. But
Yeah, no, that's fine. I get it. I got a dog. He sheds too, but you got 2 of them. You know. All right. As far as the blood on your foot, how did you clean that up? So we were talking. You had blood on.
Swiffer wet jet.
Okay, Swiffer wet jet. And where did you get that from?
Cat let me borrow it.
Where's it at now?
I returned it.
The cat.
Yeah. I don't know where it's at now. We just brought it back. Give it back with
Did you use anything else?
hydrogen peroxide for the tiles and the hard floors. Just the big blocks needed a little bit.
Hydrogen peroxide. Did that seem to help get rid of the blood?
Well, it hurt my foot. That stuff. But it didn't really help. It kind of just made a mess.
And when you say only on tiles, I'm trying to remember your house.
I couldn't do carpet with it. It
Yeah.
would ruin the carpet, right?
It was, I think so.
Um,
Tiles, are we talking kitchen? Because downstairs
Yeah.
is just like cement.
well, when I had some blood on the basement, I used the peroxide.
Okay, basement floor and tiles in the kitchen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, peroxide. It wasn't as much. Like there weren't like this size pools in the kitchen.
Okay.
I was pinching it pretty dang hard, but which was also cutting deeper because I had another might still have a piece of glass.
Is that the biggest pool that you saw? Was
This
something?
was downstairs. This was kind of on the stone, close to the glass, and then there was one right at the base, kind of where the chairs I put, like a good like 2 or 3 inch diameter.
2-3 inch diameter. Okay.
More than that.
Did you do anything to? So I wrote down on Tuesday that you tried getting the glass cleaned up in the basement, tossed it in the glass and recycling. Did you clean up at all when it actually happened?
No, my dad was furious.
So you
So he did stuff.
to clean it?
Yeah, I don't know what he did, but he sent me to my room upstairs. And he did whatever he did, but it still was on the floor after he was done.
Okay. Did your dad get injured at all when the glass broke? Did he step on you?
He sent me up, but I don't doubt it. When he gets mad, he's not thinking.
So we don't know if your dad got hurt.
No,
Okay.
no. But my best guess is that guy reached in the fireplace and cut off his arm or something. I don't know.
So,
Head pain? Do you guys have like Tylenol or something? I know you guys can't really offer anything like that, but yeah, we're getting the migraines from all of the hits and stuff.
Yeah, you try and get something.
Yeah, he dismembered
so
them,
also cleaning up the
and
blood,
he's
you got
totally
Swiffer,
trying to
you
give
got
up,
hydrogen
come up with
peroxide.
reasons or like
Kind of smeared it
why
around.
dad's blood would be everywhere.
There's another paper toweling. Yeah, just that. And then there's, I don't know.
Where did all those paper towels go? Just some trash.
Yeah, some just everywhere in my car trash, in my trash.
They ended up in the car trash.
There's a bag in the car that I carry around. It's a car trash.
Oh,
It's like a gallon bag.
okay.
That's more portable than the garbage can. So, yeah, bloody rag after bloody rag, just trying to get it all up. And, I don't know. It was a lot. I didn't feel sick, so it couldn't have been that much, right?
Yeah, you didn't lose enough to pass over or anything. Is there any reason to believe mom or dad's blood would be somewhere in the house? Have they been injured at all that you're aware of?
Well, my dad scratches his psoriasis till he like gushes blood.
Okay. Gushing, describe
Gushing blood from
Enough to run down
scratching
your leg,
psoriasis.
Like cover your leg, I suppose. Like he does it on his knee. So when he does this, it just like drips
nice.
down. I ask him to stop, but he doesnn't do it when he's stressed out.
Yeah.
He just kind of like it's his tick.
Yeah, probably itches. Does he like does it enough to get on the floor? Or does it leave?
Oh yeah.
Like how much like
Does he
before we're talking
typically
water bottle
lose,
lid and
like,
Yeti lid, is there
Gallons
we're
of
talking
blood
about
over
like that, or
this.
just millions or
You know.
okay.
I mean, yeah, you lit if he's there and I don't catch him soon enough.
Oh jeez.
My mom's blood, just from her bloody noses she gets sometimes when she wakes up. That's why we've been doing the humidifier and dehumidifiers.
Yeah. Probably downstairs to get the
We have to do multiple of them, but she can't be in the living room too long because that's a dehumidifier. And if she does, her nose gets bad. Not like a regular one. She gets it bad. But she either goes to the kitchen to fix it, her vanity, or the bathroom.
when she has bloody noses, are we talking it's just spraying around? Is it just
Well, it's not
Gallons of blood in the noses as well.
She can't feel it anymore.
Okay. Is there any reason to believe that in either one of their vehicles there would be any of their blood?
Their vehicles?
Or anybody's vehicle, let's say that.
Maybe car trash. Mom's car trash would definitely the past few days. My dad's car trash.
Why would they have blood in their car trashes?
Well, my mom does the bloody noses with air conditioning. So
Oh, okay.
when we have air conditioning, my mom will have to use bring towels and stuff because in the hot days you can't have your windows open. You won't drive well.
No.
So air conditioning, my mom will have nosebleeds. My dad hasn't had them as much as she does, but he gets them.
Okay.
His are worse than my mom's.
Does he ever get on the house then?
Mostly just with air conditioning, and sometimes with the dehumidifier.
Okay.
Me personally, just in air conditioning.
Mhm.
I get them, but not as bad as my parents. It's not bad.
Okay. All right.
Just arrest him. End it all.
Yeah, I'm just thinking.
It's kind of observing.
I just want to make sure that I'm asking everything so I don't have to keep calling him and stuff.
You know my brother? Is he okay?
Mitch?
Yeah, did he make it? I know that's a long drive.
He hasn't
those
called.
two.
Yeah, he hasn't called me at all, so I don't know.
I don't think they've ever done a trip like that.
So 3 hours, 3.5 hours.
Mitch gave it.
As far as up at the cabin, when do you think the last time you were up there?
Personally, last year,
Last year.
Memorial Day, I believe. If it wasn't the weekend before Memorial. I didn't make the parade. I never got to go last year.
When do you think the last time your mom or dad were at the cabin before?
My dad went when my brother was diagnosed with diabetes.
When was that?
The weekend before my concussion. So 1, 2, 3. Not including this week. 3, 4. Yeah, 4 weeks.
Your
He went
brother,
up.
brother doing okay? Well, he wasn't born with diabetes then.
No, this was. I think it's the kind you're born with.
June of this year, like 3-4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
He went out, noticed our plumbing's gone to crap, and he bought a new set, something at a flea farmer, Home Depot, or it's like a 4-way converter type thing for the plumbing. Something
For the cabin.
Yeah, for the cabin.
It's for like a toilet or
Yeah, we have a toilet up there actually now.
nice. Madison outhouse.
No, there is an outhouse.
Yeah, you want to ask friend?
Yeah, I appreciate that.
No,
What did you say?
Yeah, those that work?
I was like, I thought you said add or on.
No, I don't know.
not that. Just Advil. Just over the counter stuff.
Thank you.
Like 3 of them work?
Appreciate it.
That's not what you want. I don't remember.
Thanks, Tim.
Just Avalon, right?
Is it the restless walking leg syndrome acting up?
No, that's good.
So the plumbing went to crap.
Serum.
No.
Is it like was it a sink or a toilet or what was it? The plumbing that went bad.
We've
So
got like
we
11
have to pour
minutes
water
left,
every time you go up to start the pump.
and it's on
Okay.
So for
1.5.
some reason by pouring water in, the water never rose in the toilet bowl apparently, so you couldn't flush it. The water didn't come to the toilet.
Mhm.
So he needed a new thing to stop whatever the problem was. I think leaking. I don't know. I didn't hear everything from him.
Sure. How did you find out about that?
He
How did you know that there was a plumbing issue up there?
Well, he went up there just to go see the cabin.
Oh, so when you went up a couple weeks ago, he realized an issue. This time he wanted to fix it.
Well, he fixed the major issue, so it won't be flooding the house.
Okay.
Or the cabin. No, he wanted the pipe set to redo it.
Okay.
because we need new pipes because they're lead. And I think we might be moving to plastic because there's no water heat. We can do plastic.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what that part was. But that was when Mitch, diabetes, the number one.
Did Mitch go up there with him?
No, well, my mom and I were kind of with Mitch all that weekend doing stuff.
Dad just went alone.
Yep. And then later that week, I had my fall. And I just started getting
I had my fall,
So,
got my memory back.
Has mom been up there this year at all?
Mom has
Can't
not
roll
been
my
up.
eyes hard enough.
Maybe they were up there before. No, I think Dad did it all himself, maybe. This is first.
And Mitch hasn't been in the cabin in a while, right?
Today?
Oh, longer than today.
I couldn't say he's been there. He didn't for last year.
Does he kind of do his own thing, or?
Mitch hasn't lived with us, or, you know, he's got a family now, a dog, a girlfriend, no kids, but he's kind of, you know, opposite side. You know how it is with brothers.
Yeah.
He's flew the coop.
I feel myself.
Yeah.
All right.
I've started thinking about that myself, and my parents are trying to figure that out with me.
They're trying to figure it out with them.
We got all the background, I think, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So I think it's time to start talking about what happened to your parents, like the truthful version. Okay. So we have like 20 pages of writing. We're gonna start with a clean white piece of paper for you to start telling the truth.
What?
Because listen to me. This is the only chance you're gonna have to tell us the truth. Okay.
What?
Listen. I can't tell you what we know, but we know you're not telling us the truth. We know your parents are no longer with us. Okay, and we know the reason why. Okay, you need to tell the truth. Listen. You need to tell the truth about what happened, and just tell us why it happened. Okay. If something happened, if you were defending yourself, or if you just got fed up with stuff, you need to tell us the truth. Okay. This is your chance to tell us why. Okay. I'm not BSing you. Okay. So can we do that?
Okay.
There'll be a pause.
We're not going to tell you what happened. You know what happened. You were there when it happened. We're not BSing you, okay?
I wasn't there when it happened.
We know more than you think we know.
I understand.
There's people that have told us things with evidence, with proof. But more happy about that. So your parents never made it to the cabin. I think you know that.
There'll be another pause.
Actually, if you want to stand up, just over here for me. Get them in your pockets at all. Wallet. Just wallet. Just put them in. Oh. What's this right now? Faith in the conference. Okay. So they won't take the tape down in the jail. Okay. Where's your coin purse at? You just took it. Oh, that's a base and a coin purse.
Oh, it's in.
Oh, in. I got you. Just gonna make sure you got that. Okay.
Okay. So, y'all, I can't. That was pure torturous. I mean, I forgot how painful that was, y'all. I literally did. Like, I forgot that was the whole thing of he just rambled for hours, and then they finally arrest him. I love when it was like they're like, okay, so here's the deal. It's like he probably thought like after all that, like they didn't believe it. I thought I talked my way out of it. You know what I mean? Like they were just like, okay, so now let's get down to what really happened. Okay. And we know this is a lie. We know they didn't make it. Kudos to the officers for sitting there and like acting so patient. The amount of excuses he came up with for like, I love it when they try and come up with a reason why wherever the place is, whether it's the cars, whatever, is like covered in blood. Like, well, I think I cut my finger on a piece of paper and then I did that. And it's like, no, we're talking like a human body's worth of blood. I mean, come on. Okay. Now we're gonna okay. So remember I was telling you about the Reese Witherspoon thing. The context of what we're gonna watch is this. This is Reese Witherspoon and Kiefer Sutherland. This movie is called Freeway. It's like an independent movie. It's a very old. The context says Kiefer Sutherland is a serial killer. He picks up Reese Witherspoon. She's like, kind of a runaway, whatever. He tries to kill her. She gets his gun and she shoots him up. She thinks she's killed him. She hasn't. She gets arrested. Keith is able, because he's like a rich white guy, to make it like she's the perpetrator and he's the victim. So this is the first court appearance. He's being wheeled in, and she's, she's really the victim of it, but she's the defend. She did shoot him, but to save her life. So just know that like this is like trigger warning, okay? Because there's some cuss words, and he looks really like bad, okay? So that's the context. Plays out. Hold on, let me find it. Okay, there we go. Wait, hold on. Now let me stop this over here. There's that. Let me get back to y'all. Oh, y'all. That movie is so good, y'all. Yeah, it's like it's very like Serial Mom if you watch that. So it's very grotesque. I mean, that's like a G-rated scene from that movie, y'all. Okay. Uh, but it's like Reese is like amazing in this. But if you watch it and look at, you probably see why it's not like she's not out there with it, because it's like it's a crazy movie, y'all. Crazy. Kiefer Sutherland's really good at it too, but he plays an absolute psychopath. I haven't watched in a long time. It's free on Tubi, Sandy says. It's on Tubi. It's called Freeway. Oh, I recorded my video on Lori today. Speaking of Lori Daybell, yeah, she was all sorts of feisty, right? She was all sorts of feisty. But yeah, so, and on that note, we're going to be streaming the trial on this channel. It sounds like they're saying April 7th. So first, what we'll do is this. So the things have gone out, the questionnaires and whatnot, for the potential jurors. So they're going to be starting that. And I think March 31st they'll have some kind of like in person, we won't see a thing, and then the April 1st begins jury selection. So be on standby. We'll start watching the interviews and stuff leading up to it. Like with Melanie Gibb and Lori and Tylee and Zulema and all those kind of things. So we might do we might be doing like frequent live chats or whatever. We'll do them in the evenings leading up to that. It's going to be crazy. Now, Sunday night, we'll do Stephen Stearns. We'll watch that, his hearing. Many of you maybe saw it today. I haven't watched it, so I'll wait to watch it with y'all Sunday evening. So, yeah, that's kind of it. But, yeah, this was like, I'd forgotten about this and how boring his thing was. I mean, I'm glad we watched it, obviously, because it's like always interesting. But Kiefer Sutherland Marathon. That sounds so much fun, Mac. Oh, there's a new phone call. I'll look that up too. Steven. Yeah, Brooke Shields plays his wife in the movie and Freeway. Brooke Shields plays Kiefer Sutherland's wife. And it's again just trigger warning going into it. It's a crazy movie. But Reese is just that is my favorite scene in that movie. Okay, so y'all, I'm kind of like Interrogation Stearns is so good at the end. Oh, I'll check that out. Stearns is not a more person. He looked so like just a little bit I watched of it. I was like, whoa, he looks really broken down, right? Oh yeah, Jody and Taxi Driver, yeah. Yeah, well, I am gonna run and get to bed. Tomorrow's Friday. I hope you have a wonderful day. Emily, thank you for hanging out, keeping the sofa cushions fluffed. I do appreciate it. And thank you everybody for hanging out and watching this. So now what we'll do is here's the other thing too. So I have not watched the Bella Gibson thing yet. I have not. So the next docuseries I'm gonna watch is Karen Reed trial. Not the actual trial, but the docuseries on it. I'm gonna watch that over the weekend and report back. Lots have been going on with that. The officer got fired for inappropriate stuff, whatever. I mean, crazy stuff. So yeah, I appreciate you, Christy. I'm loving these revisiting evil things. So the ones in the last poll that I did was this one, Nancy Brophy and Grant Amato. But now I almost feel like we need like a palate cleanser because I feel like maybe it was almost like we should be doing Grant Amato next. But is he too similar to Chandler? At least Grant, there's a little bit more interesting cringe. Like there was just like literally this was just listening to Chandler talk about what he did for days on end. So by default, we technically should be doing Nancy. Maybe we should do a Nancy next then. We'll figure it out. I'll post what is today? Thursday? So we have till next Tuesday. So I'll do a thing or whatever. Yeah, there's a docuseries on the Karen Reed trial. It's a 4-episode thing. Well, they kind of like followed it around. Not 100% sure if it's about the trial or the case or whatever. Oh, I haven't seen White Lotus yet. And I did a what do you call it? A video on his Ghost Adventures thing. I should be getting it back soon. Because old Grant is back in it again. So anyways, that's it. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I will see you on the other channel in the morning. And that's it. Y'all have a wonderful weekend. Sunday night, we'll meet back here for Stephen Stearns, and we will go from there. So I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. Y'all have a wonderful evening. Thank you, Emily. And I will talk to y'all later.